We are here at the 8th annual Paracon in Shooting Star Casino. Grant Wilson back with us for another supernatural short video. Now, Grant, you were just telling a story on stage.
Yep.
And I love these stories because this, again, starts to stretch the mind regarding what ghosts are or may be. So would you share that with our audience?
Sure. There was a case in Connecticut that I was on, and it was myself, another investigator, and a trainee. And we just kind of went to investigate the bedroom. And we were standing in the doorway of the bedroom. And in the bedroom there was obviously the bed, and then there was some space between the bedroom and the far wall. And when we were standing in the doorway, we looked in there, and between the bed and the far wall, there was a shadow figure, just some shadowy entity. And of course the trainee said nope and took off and ran downstairs, wasn't having it. But the other investigator, myself, walked into the room, and I walked over to the entity and passed my arm through it. And there was a staticky, cold feeling. But then the entity ran around me, around the bed, out the door, and down the stairs. I think it was a few weeks later, we came back, and I brought that trainee in. I said, go up into the room and face your fears, you know, you got to get back on the horse. And she went up there for a minute and then came back down and told me what happened up there. And while she was up there, she said she was standing between the bed and the far wall, and she turned and there were 3 shadowy figures in the doorway, one of which zipped off and headed back downstairs. Sounds familiar. The other 2 came in the room, and one of them came over and passed its arm through her, which freaked her out, and she ran around the shadows, out of the room and downstairs to tell us the story. So if you're paying attention, there's some familiarity in the 2 stories. I had to tell her, look, that wasn't a shadow entity, that was me from a few weeks ago who came in and passed my arm through you. It's a temporal anomaly. Very weird, and honestly a little more common than you might think.
So what do you think? It's not a residual haunting.
No.
It's not an intelligent haunting. Are we dealing with time slip phenomena?
Time slip is a little more severe. I like to call it a temporal anomaly, where a time slip is when you're there and all of a sudden, bam, you're back in a different time period. This happened to my mother-in-law. She experienced that once, and then snap, you're back. Where what this is almost like a hiccup in the system. You know, what's the same event that happened over and over. So to me, that would be classified as a poltergeist because it was a haunting caused by a living entity, a living person.
Very cool. Well, thank you, Grant.
Thank you.
And tell people how they can keep up with you and what you're doing right now.
So a lot of my focus right now is on my YouTube channel. I have a show called What the Fetch on YouTube. You can find me at youtube.com/TheGrantWilson and check it out. We're going to be doing a lot more on there.
Thank you.
Thank you.